Welcome to Rooster Radio, a broadcast dedicated to supporting and promoting local artists in the Gaston County and surrounding areas.
I got no problem with like good-looking girls making money doing like OnlyFans or dominatrix shit. It's like, hey man, if I had it like that,
Yeah.
I guarantee you, I'd be doing that shit too.
I'd be marketing myself.
Easy money, baby. Easy money.
Make stickers.
Well, this girl,
You making my daddy real proud.
I felt like on OnlyFans, like, you know, I don't like look at that stuff, but like,
Okay.
but like, I see most of the time it was like
We
either
recording
porn
right now?
or like naked women, but like a lot of women just don't like, they're like just in underwear. Like,
Yeah,
they're
you
not-
don't even
know-
have to get naked.
It's
on
like,
that.
yeah, I was
tease,
like,
like,
what? Like,
oh, come
that's
on.
crazy.
People like Twitch
Cash
and
Me
playing video
Outside
games.
girl made
Yeah.
like tens of millions
Yeah.
of dollars on that, and it's like, damn, she was right.
Well, even like the Twitch stuff, just playing video games, you don't even have to. You just have to be a woman.
That's sad. That the Twitch thing is sad, dude.
Yeah.
That's
You don't even have to be good at the game.
Oh, I was
I remember the season of South Park.
Tap into that
always
market.
a good shirt, Ron.
The season of South Park where they had Cartman Bra.
Oh,
Where he was
right.
like doing like Twitch like type stuff. That shit.
We haven't had South Park come from the show in a while.
We haven't. We really haven't.
Cartman Bra. That whole like
Surprisingly.
there was like a 5-6 year stretch where every season had like this story arc and it just kept building on itself, and it started with that season where they were going on about the kids being online and stuff, the unwrapping videos and stuff, and then the next season was the one where Kyle's dad was the troll. Remember that? Kyle's dad was going and trolling the kids online. God damn it,
That's
it's fucking
funny.
brilliant, dude. It was brilliant.
That's hilarious.
I couldn't picture you doing like a lady voice though.
And then, that led up because that was all leading up to the first Trump presidency. Because the next season after that was
Mr.
the
Garrison.
season
Yeah,
Mr.
Sean
Garrison ran for president. Yeah, and then Soda Sopa season was in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Like it was
Integrity Farms.
Integrity Farms came from that, and like they just kept building on that story arc. And I was like, God damn, these guys are brilliant.
They really are.
That Stick and Truth came out.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a fun video game, dude. I don't play
Back
video
to
games.
Stick and
after-
Truth again.
Yeah.
That's the best South Park game ever.
Yeah. I don't even play video games, and I played that game all the way to the end. I remember one day, the day I beat it, I was on it for 13 hours, and then after I beat it, after that, I told my wife, I was like, "This is exactly why I don't play video games." 'Cause I will
When you
waste
looked at the time.
whole fucking day I've spent on this video game, done absolutely
The
nothing.
best part is your difficulty is your skin color.
Yeah.
Like if you make yourself a black Jew, you're just gonna have a horrible time. Because one of the classes was to be a Jew. Like you threw dreidels at them and stuff. It was
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, you guys play video games at all?
Yeah.
Not as much as
A
I
little
used
bit.
to.
Too much.
I play Pokemon.
You don't have a
It's
console
so lame.
anymore, so.
Yeah, I sold my console. Just sat in the closet of the PS5. I was like, yeah, I can't do it.
You got a favorite game?
We all played Call of Duty for a while together.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that's like a whole big culture thing. I've never played it. So.
Yeah.
I can't keep up with how good people are. Like
can't
I
either.
just I don't
So
play
bad.
enough.
I'm just there to hang out because he's like getting all the
Yeah.
kills. I'm just like, dead. Take some bullets.
Call of Duty when everybody tries to be an internet person and it's just a sweat. I was like, it's no fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you have to limit what you say. Like it's just not. Fun
Everything's
anymore.
monetized now too, so
Yeah.
My daughter plays Fortnite, and then her and her friends will be playing that, and they'll getting them like group things online. It's like, I guess it's kind of like a kid's version of that
Yeah.
a little bit.
yeah,
But
I'm a Red Dead 2 guy.
it's a good one.
Yeah.
In my
pretty
opinion,
fun.
one of the best games ever made.
It's Rockstar's best game.
Absolutely. They fucking dropped the ball on it. Anyway, how about this band that's here with us?
good call. All right, this has been Tech Talk with Call Off Guard. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Caught Off Guard. What's up, fellas? Look at that camera right there and tell everybody what your name is and what you do.
Start down at that end.
I'm Brandon. I try to play the bass.
I'm Noah. I play the drums.
I'm Tyler. I sing and play guitar.
All right, on. And Caught Off Guard, you guys have played here a couple of times. And you're going to be back here on April 11th. That's Friday, April 11th, for the Fake Happy Paramore Tribute Show, which we are very, very excited about.
Indeed.
Really appreciate you jumping on this show. I'm very excited for it. Like, this is going to be their debut show, too, and they're playing, like, the first couple of album stuff, so not so much the newer stuff they put out. So talk a little bit about Caught Off Guard, when you started and how you guys all came together.
Okay. I guess I'll talk. It actually started here in this venue. I came.
Really?
I had stepped in here to watch my wife sing, like for a church thing that you guys had on a Sunday, February 23, and I was like, I could do this, you know. So that was kind of like what kicked off me starting this band that I've wanted to start forever. And I already played drums with him in a band before, or he played drums in a band that I was in before, and we had a couple other people. His brother was our original bassist, and we had another guitarist and stuff. We made a couple personnel changes, but these guys have stuck with me and helped me make it what it is. So,
Right on.
Yeah.
And
First of all, I gotta say, holy shit, I had no idea that it started here.
yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I didn't know that either. Would that have been the God? What show was that? Was that the Dixie Revival show, or was it?
I don't know exactly what it was. I wasn't super familiar, but at my wife's church, the lady that led the worship thing was stepping away. It was kind of like a send off for her kind of thing,
Okay.
I believe. So I don't know if it was a title of anything or you guys just put it on for them and let them do it or whatever. But yeah, I was in here and I had songs already, so I was just kind of like, this isn't so intimidating. Maybe it was just because it was a Sunday and like, you know, it wasn't like a bustful crowd or anything, but you know, it's just like felt like I could really do it.
I just got real confused because I didn't know we did anything like that.
Well,
That-
early
that was
on.
early.
Yeah, that was way early on.
That was before
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, yeah. We're coming up on Ariel's 2-year anniversary next month.
Yo.
Nice.
So yeah, I've tried a little bit of everything, man. You know, some stuff has worked, some stuff hasn't. Some stuff we tried, didn't work, and then brought it back, and it worked the second time. You just never know. You know what's
Yeah.
going to work. Now, pop punk or punk pop. What's the proper way to
Pop punk.
pop punk?
Yeah.
Is
Lot of
this
Ps.
now? What's that?
A lot of P's on the mic.
I have to assume that this is kind of like your go-to genre growing up. This is the music you listen to, and you're writing music that you're influenced by. You guys, are you also pop punk guys?
I'm more of like a choral, classical kind of singer, like growing up. So, but yeah, emo, kind of pop punk, all that kind of stuff. It was definitely in the back of my CD
Yeah.
album. So,
The back?
yeah, it was in
What
the
was
back.
in the front?
The front was like Sum 41, like
Oh, that still
Yellow
falls in the
Card,
same
those kind of things.
category.
So still same kind
Yeah.
of thing, but
Front and back.
yeah.
I hate to be. I don't want to be one of those guys that says I listen to everything, but I'll listen to everything. But there's a few things I don't listen to, and honestly, pop punk is one of the things I don't really listen to, or I didn't listen to growing up. I don't really listen to metal a whole lot, or pop punk, and a few other things. But like,
It's okay. You can tell us you're an ICP fan.
Oh.
also ICP, I don't really.
Whoop whoop.
But I mean, yeah, I like Blink-182. I listen to a lot of their hits and stuff. But I'm like a little bit younger than Brandon and Tyler, so I didn't quite have the upbringing of like Blink-182 and all that. I was a little younger. I was kind of under that age.
You were
but-
behind that wave.
Yeah, a little bit. But I mean, I still like a few of their hits. But yeah.
Well, you guys do it justice. You know,
Thank you.
you're making good music, and it looks
Trying.
like you're having fun doing it. And one thing I really like and respect about you guys is how often I see your band's logo on flyers. Like, you guys are
Yeah.
just out there.
Yeah.
Playing
Yeah,
every
it's a
show
grind.
you can and grinding, and I really appreciate that.
And they show up to other shows.
Yes, yeah. That's my very favorite thing about it, that you'll actually show up to another band's show when you're not
Yeah.
doing one on your own. Now, this, I mean, is it just you just want to play? Are you working towards a specific goal, or you just love being part of this scene?
A little bit of everything. I mean, I think I'd like to see how far we can take it. but we're definitely happy to be out there, like just taking any show we can get on and playing and putting these songs out that I'd written and been hanging on to for quite a while now, and tweaking and stuff like that, and just feeling the confidence that we can get up there and do it like any of the other bands around here, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. How's it been doing the live shows? You know, have you had that? Have you taken a big shit on stage yet? Like bombed?
About every time, yeah.
No, not literally.
Literally and figuratively.
We shit our pants, yeah.
Shit.
We've had some mess ups. We tried to like debut a new song back in November at the Milestone, and like everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. I forgot
you
the
weren't ready?
lyrics.
And we just kept going though.
Our lead guitarist forgot the words because he was gonna start singing with us and stuff like that, or with me.
That was
and,
his first show, wasn't it?
Yeah.
With us?
No, he started in September, but
okay.
yeah. So we all just dropped the ball. We played through the whole song, but I was like, this is crazy, you know, like we're fucking it up big time.
Almost
But,
better to shit your pants.
It was more comical
Yeah.
than it was like a tragedy. We were just like, okay, let's do this.
It's like, all right, we're gonna get off stage now.
Well, no, it sounds like you did the right thing. You always
Yeah.
just keep playing.
Oh yeah, we always do.
Even
somehow.
if you, even if you break a string or whatever, you just keep playing.
Yeah.
Be a pro. Now, all right. So you're playing. You've got all these songs, but what I haven't seen you guys release like an album yet. You're dropping singles. Is there? You know, what's the plan here?
The plan is to drop our 10-song debut album sometime this summer.
Okay.
It's probably going to get pushed back some towards late summer, but we were shooting for early summer, but it's looking like it's going to be late summer, and yeah, we'll have it out.
And do you guys have the freedom in your personal lives to like take this show on the road and like get out and like tour? Or
No.
Yeah, we all
Not
got
really.
families, like kids, families.
Yeah.
Our lead guitarist only one without kids. He just had a new one in February, so it's a little harder to tour yet. Hopefully one day we'll be able to break that apart and kind of take a vacation or something and go tour. That'd be pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But-
That's how bands typically do. Like just like you, the bands that have the families. Every time we talk to them, that whenever that subject comes up, it's always like, well, a lot of them, we'll just use our vacation time to go
Yeah.
on tour.
Yeah.
And stuff. And so when that does happen, let us know so we can either send you off or
Yeah.
bring you home at
Yeah,
the end. You know,
For sure. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So playing all around the area, talk a little bit about the pop punk scene, because there's really not a lot of actual pop punk bands in this area. Now you have a little bit of versatility where you can kind of be on like a hard rock show if you wanted to, or just a straight punk show, and you can still kind of blend in a little bit. Outside of you guys and what, Oh You Pretty Things,
All you pretty things.
there's one more I'm forgetting.
Squirt Vial's pretty.
They're a little more
they're more
classic punk.
Yeah.
I know it's on the tip of my tongue.
A Life Worth Taking is a little more pop punk.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
are you creating bonds with these other bands that's in
Oh,
like
yeah.
have you strategically, are you thinking at all about like working with certain people and trying to kind of bring this genre to the surface more?
Yeah, Jameson from A Life We're Taking, I'm in his inbox all the time, like trying to collaborate and, be a part of things or help him out with anything and stuff like that. And we played a few shows with them too. We have a punk showcase coming up in May in Spartanburg. But we haven't really been a part of like a full-on pop punk show, I don't think, yet.
Yeah,
Just kinda
usually we're
usually
just
like
mixed in
a
with,
mixture.
like, somebody else
Yeah.
that kind of loosely fits it. It seems like.
Well, that'll change here on the 11th.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
This is a straight up
Very
pop.
true.
Yeah, in fact, when we booked that show, the promoter and the band was very specific, like only pop punk bands on this bill. They want to keep it within the confines of that genre, which I'm cool with. We've hosted some emo nights here, and emo night kind of cast a wide net.
Yeah.
That whole era of music is kind of in there. Sorry,
You guys,
let me do
did this
this.
last week too.
I'm Italian. I talk with my hands, y'all. If this show ever like gets successful and we can like get our own studio, you're gonna have to be in a separate room than me.
I'm just gonna have to. I'll just be over here.
But nah, talk about content. Like, how much effort are you guys putting into content and stuff for social media? Because it sounds like you have some goals. You want to kind of move towards a certain direction, but you also have responsibilities that kind of hold you back a little bit. So, have you been intentional at all with like creating content? Like, have you thought about making a music video or anything like that?
Yeah, he actually does all our video and design work and everything. But with each single, we try to put out like a lyric video at least, and a couple of them we done music videos. But sometimes it's really hard for us all to get together, and have that time to do that when we actually have to practice and like go to a show or something like that. So it's really hard to find that time, especially with everything going on. And then as far as like social media content, like I post like self-deprecating videos or like pictures or memes or something like that because I don't know, I feel stupid if I go outside and like some of these bands do and like film themselves dancing around or something
Once
like that.
Once you start, it gets easier. I
Yeah,
promise.
I know I need to do that, but I would like to do it with everybody. It's just, like I said, it's so hard to have everybody together to film good content like that and stuff that we can use for our social medias and stuff.
It took me a long time to stop being self-conscious about being on camera, man. It really did.
It's
Like,
really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm finally there where I don't give a shit. Like, just come to fucking shows and keep my doors open.
I mean, at first you feel like an idiot, like
Yeah.
you're sitting there talking to yourself.
Yeah.
And then it's just,
yeah, I'm very much on record on this podcast talking about how I'm like, it feels, I can't do the, hey guys, like and subscribe, like all that shit. I can't fucking do it. I just don't have it in me. I mean, I could, but I would feel like
but you shouldn't be like, hey guys, you'd be like, hey motherfuckers, like and subscribe. That's what
Being
you
yourself
do.
is like the
Yeah, that. You're absolutely right. Like all I can do is be me. I can't pretend. You know,
Yeah.
I guess so. Either
That's
you,
so
you
hard.
like
Well,
this or you
he'll
don't.
do things all the
Right.
time, and he'll throw fucks and shits in there all the time and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, at the end, he's like, should I not have said that? I'm like, we all expect it.
No,
now. It's just
absolutely,
it's there.
it's exactly how it should be.
Yep.
And that's kind of how we approach things. Like we love what we do. We think we're amazing. We just fuck around sometimes. And we're like, it's like, hey,
Yeah.
we suck, but we know we don't suck. But it's like one of those things. Like we're just throwing those like memes, videos, cool things out there just to like get.
Well, maybe don't go with the
attention.
hey, come to our show. We're terrible.
Yeah.
Don't go with that. But, you know.
We're terrible, but we're a good time. Yeah, we'll drink with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is the you all have families at home? How are you getting a lot of support at home and everybody's kind of on board and cool? Not that you would talk shit about your guests on this podcast, but
Stop filming. Yeah, we get. Personally, I have my wife supports me, and it's hard because I have 2 kids, and family matters and stuff like that. But it's she's supportive, and now that I'm actually pursuing something instead of just like buying equipment and like sitting at my house, and I'm actually
There's
utilizing
a justification for all the expenses.
That part.
it. And she's pretty blown away by what we do and what I do. So
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. Like, if my wife wasn't supportive, I couldn't imagine doing. I mean, it'd be terrible to do this. I couldn't imagine doing it. But yeah, like Tyler said, it kind of. I mean, not that she cares about money, but it's kind of nice bringing home, $50-$60 every. It's kind of like not just got a little bit of gas money at least.
Yeah.
Not like really. So
make it
that
rain.
helps. Yeah.
Do they come to your shows a lot?
My wife does on and I mean, we just had a kid, so like right now, no. But before all that, yeah, she was coming somewhat frequently.
Yeah.
yeah, my wife does when she's not watching the kids.
Yeah.
If she can get her parents to watch them or something, she'll.
Well, it's an
she'll be here.
opportunity to kind of show off and you be hot for your wife. Right? It's like you saw that, right? You see that move I did?
I played that song for you.
That was for you, baby.
Yeah.
Just stare at them through the whole song. Just stare right at your wife.
I've done it before. Yeah.
That's weird.
Make it slightly
That
creepy.
is really fucking weird.
Yeah.
Oh god.
You can have a lot of fun. Do you put a lot of thought into like your stage presence and how you're moving and acting on stage?
Got to work on it
Yeah, I
a
mean,
little bit.
Like, let me reframe the question. Are you comfortable enough yet up there to just kind of do your own thing, or are you still kind of
Self-conscious about it.
self-conscious?
I'm never comfortable, but we just wing it. Like every time we get up there,
punk pop, aren't you?
yeah, it's just like you just kind of go with it, and we, like I said, we fuck up and we laugh about it and make fun of ourselves while we're doing it, and just
Yeah.
keep winging it, and usually just give everybody a good time.
I want to see you let loose on the 11th.
Yeah,
I
I
want
have
to
a hard
see you
time
let
to-
loose because you've been here a few times and like you move a little bit, but I can tell
Yeah.
tell you're in your head a little bit. I
Yeah,
want to see
we're-
you get out of your head, man. Get up there and just party.
I think we're getting there. We're
Yeah.
definitely getting more comfortable.
Is it because you're focused on the music, or you like you said the
Well,
comfortable?
It's hard for me in particular. Like, it's hard to move around and play guitar and sing and like remember the words and stuff like that. Some of these other guys should probably be jumping off stage and stuff. But
Yeah, I'm okay with it. My bass.
yeah, it's a lot of work. I'm impressed like with some of the people that can like jump and play guitar at the same time or something. It's like,
Yeah.
and my knees can't handle that anyway. So I'm a little old.
Yeah, we're getting up there.
You're not that old, dude.
I'm getting up there.
So the name Caught Off Guard, is that a reference to anything specific?
I'm gonna blow this one. It's a opening line in a song from one of my favorite musicians, Tom DeLonge. He had a side project called Boxcar Racer, and there's a song, I think it's called Letters to God, where he starts off the song with that, and it just kind of stuck with me. And I like since 2011, which is way after that album came out, but like that's when I first started dreaming about having a band and stuff like that, and that was like the name that I had to have, you know.
Nice.
So now we're making it happen.
That's cool. Now,
You don't
did
realize how many times people say caught off guard either. It's so funny. Like,
Yeah,
I'll just
I
be
know.
like walking, and not with the band, just walking out on a sidewalk or something. You'll hear someone say caught off guard. Or every time we're at a band now, if we're at a show, another band will say caught off guard. Like, not even trying to reference us, and we'll just caught off guard.
When
They're shutting us out without realizing.
my new thing, I'll be watching a YouTube video and somebody will say that in a video, and I'll just comment it like from the band page and be like, "You rang?" or something like that. It never gets any attention, but I just think it's funny.
that's a clever way to get some more attention. That's smart, man.
But when I walked in and shook Brandon's hand over there, and he introduced himself, and he was said, from Caught Off Guard, and in my head just went, "You caught me off guard." Like, I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
fuck, sorry."
Yeah, we love making shitty puns about it and stuff like that too. Like any chance we can.
Did you all come up as musicians? Like, have you always played?
So I never really played anything. I sang my whole life, and
Okay.
don't ask me to sing anymore because I can't, I guess. But but yeah, so I like sang in chorus, sang in college, all kinds of stuff, and then I always wanted to be in a band. But every band that he was trying to be with, they already had a bass player. So I was
Yeah.
like, so whenever the opportunity came, he's like, "Hey, you want to learn bass?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so I started learning how to play bass just for this band. So the only songs I know are our songs. So, but yeah, I guess I use that singing to kind of help
Such a
learn
bass
bass.
player answer.
Yeah. That's pretty much how most bass players get started.
Really?
That's how, when I was a teenager, that's how I got started playing bass. Was my
And my-
best friend was playing guitar. He's like, "You want to learn how to play bass? We can start a band." I'm like,
Yep.
"Yeah, man, let's do it."
My second band, just for the EP, I learned to play bass, our song.
Yep.
That's it.
I was called bass. It's a play school guitar because it's just a bigger, thicker version of like an actual guitar, like play school toys. Just,
Yep. Exactly. Yep. Fisher Price.
I
but I'm
mean,
a bass player too, so I can say that. So.
Yep.
Bass is for guys that want to play guitar but don't have the dexterity in their
Yep,
fingers
exactly,
to do it. Like,
exactly.
it's like, ah.
He has me playing the fourth note. I'm like, I'll just stick to the three top ones, okay?
Yeah, he improvises a little bit.
2-string bass.
Yeah, I never even used the oh god, it's gonna come out the bottom string.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that out loud. I'll never,
why? Why? Just say it.
Starts with
Yeah.
a certain letter.
yeah, it starts with a certain letter. But I never even used that string until like years later.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know you could use it in songs.
Yep.
No, it's you can say it.
It's a G string.
Not gonna get me.
We all just chuckled like children.
I know, right?
I was just waiting for it.
Have you?
I almost did. It almost came out. I was like, no, don't do it.
A separate conversation.
Yeah.
What's your favorite string?
I like them all.
The B string, right? The one that never stays in tune.
Yeah.
What? Cheese? Oh.
Hell yeah.
Wonk, wonk.
Wah, wah. That was bad. So bad.
Noah, what about you?
I was in marching band and stuff. I started off in middle school, and then I went on to marching band and drumline and stuff. So I played like xylophone and marimba and like all that, the mallet stuff. And
Do you
then,
ever think about incorporating that
should,
into your songs?
Man, I really
Why
like
did I
a
not
lot
know
of.
that?
I like a lot of like swing music and stuff. So I love like vibraphones and like a marimba. I mean, that does not equate to pop punk at all. But but I do like listening to music that has that. It would be cool.
Well, no,
but-
you could make an argument that the Violent Femmes were the first pop punk band ever, and they used a lot of xylophone. In
I mean, you definitely can't not do it. You could do it. I mean, it could work in certain instances, but for us, I don't know. But I mean, that's what I started off in, and then like you kind of learn how to play piano doing that, just because the xylophone and marimbas are the same.
Yep.
organization, and then from there, I don't know when I started playing drums. It was probably like in middle school. I think we had like a Christmas break, and then my dad had like a DVD of Rush, and they had like Neil Peart, obviously like one of the best drummers ever. So like after that, I was just stuck on drums, and he bought me a drum set not too long after that. So I've been playing drums on and off since like whenever that is, what,
You've been
12,
banging
13,
on things
so.
for a while.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's kind of when I got started. I'm not really classically trained though, so I mean, I'm just good at I'm kind of good at hitting stuff, so that's kind of
Well, I was gonna say every drummer at their core just loves to hit shit.
That's it.
Like,
Yeah.
that's really what it is.
yeah.
I always thought more punk bands need to incorporate an accordion because a lot of punk drum beats are like akin to polka beats,
It's like
and that
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would work.
Never really
I
thought
have
of
been
it.
for weeks now. I have been lobbying to get the accordion into metal and punk music. I've been saying it for a while. I'm waiting for polka core. Please, someone start a polka core.
You know what? You have been on this.
I've been on this for a minute now. It's because well, here's how it started, right? Like when I was having this conversation with my wife a while back about like the evolution of metal. You know, we're in our 40s now. Like we came up with like the 80s hair metal, and then like Pantera changed it, and then it became alternative for a while, and then you had new metal, and then you had metalcore, and then for metalcore came all these different core stuff, and I'm like, how do you stay original where just about everything's been done, and what bands are doing now is they're just incorporating new instruments. You know, we had a band here a couple of weeks ago that had that was a metal band, but they had a sax player.
Oh, I saw a video of one that incorporated a flute.
The flute. My wife and I are going to see Eminence tomorrow night. Their lead singer plays violin, and they're real heavy, and it got me thinking about like, what about the accordion? Like,
Yeah.
there has to be room for that in this.
Wait.
Like,
Norwegian like metal, they put a lot of crazy instruments in their shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get more creative. I think.
You gotta throw in an
this is
accordion.
not an indictment on
Make it the accordion album. Like,
the accordion sessions.
You know
Yes.
who could actually do that and pull it off? Weird Al could totally do it.
oh,
Yeah.
He
Well,
really did.
he's been playing that thing for years. So.
Oh, go put it through a distortion pedal.
Unless you're an accordion.
I would
Game
actually like
changer.
to hear that.
Yeah.
game changer.
With some reverb and maybe a chorus on
You
it.
can't make that shit sound
So
real.
if you
damn
play
it, I got-
accordion and you're looking to join a band,
Yeah. They're expensive.
Huh.
Though. Them things, the real ones are
I'm sure you'll
expensive.
find somebody.
I'm gonna keep my eyes open for one.
seems like a lot of upkeep too. Seems like there's a lot going on with
Oh
this
my
thing.
god,
Yeah.
yeah, with
Yeah.
their I can't, no way. There's no way.
No.
Imagine searching Google for an accordion repairman.
He's got his phone just waiting for that call to
You
come.
gotta,
That one
you gotta
call.
send it to Finland to get fixed. Now, do you guys play any other instruments? I mean,
Besides xylophone?
I play just guitar and bass, stuff like that. I try teaching myself drums, but it's really hard.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
it's hard.
So much coordination,
I
like so
can't
much
make
more.
my feet do something different than
Yeah.
my hands. That's
Yeah.
where I get hung up on. I can't like separate the two.
I can't either. It's okay. I mean, being in like a class, or not a classical band, but like a band in high school, being a percussionist, you get to kind of play like everything. So, I mean, I wouldn't say I can play a bunch of different instruments, but I have experience playing like, random stuff like chimes and a timpani and a piano and like a bell kit and a bunch of different stuff. So, like, I don't say I actively play it right now, but I mean, I do kind of,
But you know how?
if you bought one out, I could probably mess around with
You
it.
could pick around on it,
It'd
right?
sound okay if I did it.
Does he let you guys contribute in the writing process at all?
Not yet. He's got probably 30 plus songs ready to go, so we got to get through those first. And then
So Tyler, you just got the music in you, and you can't stop, huh?
Yeah, I try to write a new song as often as I can, and I kind of do everything. Like I record my own demos, and then I just send it to these guys, and I'm like, hey, learn this, pretty much. So that's how it works.
yeah.
Y'all got to start throwing in a couple little things here and there.
They're definitely free to add stuff or contribute
I'm
something.
not a dictator.
They're free to do it.
Straight.
It's
No.
yeah, I will have to reject some things, but if they want to mess around and do something, they can. But it's like I've been saying, it's just so hard for us to have time to actually
Yeah.
get together and do something. So what we have right now works for the most part. So
Right on. Right on. Now, how much of your music is are you trying to make a point? Are you just expressing yourself, or do you have a message in like? Are you trying to convey any specific message, or are you just having fun? Talk a little bit about when you're writing. What are you trying to do here?
Yeah, I think a part of it's just like a lot of emotional stuff that I've kind of gone throughout life and needed an outlet and found like poetry first and started writing. And then I do kind of have a chip on my shoulder with a lot of things. Just trying to prove myself mainly and to myself too that like I can do this, and this is something I've dreamed about for over half my life now. And it's just like now that I'm finally doing it, it's something that I want to continue doing, and what gives me kind of like more of a purpose, I would say, than not doing it.
My favorite part about the lyrics is I don't know what anything he says until the song actually comes out. So like up until we started listening to the song last year, like I didn't know what any of the lyrics were really. Just especially in the drummer, if you have headphones in, I know what like the song sounds like, but I can't clearly hear the lyrics until it's out. And then when it's out, I'm like, oh man, we sound good. Like, they're pretty good lyrics. Who wrote this?
It's good that you think that.
But even at shows, like we can't really hear what he's sounding like.
Yeah, you just kind of know noise. I kind of just know noises, and like cues. But then it's like whenever the song comes out, I'm like, oh man, this isn't bad. Like,
you just have to know a lot of punk is life trauma, anti-government, or just goofy ass shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then now that I think about it, it's kind of most music. Not just punk.
Most music.
Yeah.
But life trauma makes the best fucking music.
Well, I like asking artists that question for a number of reasons, but it really kind of gets to the core of who you are as an artist. Mm-hmm. Because there is a need for all those things. We need protest songs. We need silly songs. We need the fuck you songs. We need the breakup songs. We need the how to deal with death songs. Like, these are all life experiences.
Relatable
helps
stuff.
You get through
Relatable stuff, and it helps you get through stuff. And I just like to find, and that's why we do this podcast, is to find out who are you. You know what I'm saying? Like at your core, what is it you really stand for? And I feel like that helps you relate to the audience that you're seeking. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of the.
What's funny about that?
I'm
That
sorry.
was very poignant.
No,
and you're over here fucking laughing.
No, I was just like,
Ruining the
our
vibe.
song's about killing somebody. I mean, I was like,
You know what band she wants to start?
I can
no,
relate.
I've written those songs. They've already done. We're good.
Murder metal.
You ever go back and read the shit you wrote when you were a teenager and been like, what the fuck was I?
Yeah.
Trust me.
But you know what? It made me feel better at the time. That's it.
Those books that I had are burned.
Oh, I still have those
We
notebooks.
will not make those
Yeah.
songs, though. I promise.
Murder ballads are
that's
some of
what
my
made me-
favorite folk songs.
I
murder
got it in my
ballads.
head, made me giggle. Sorry.
Yeah, we used to. So we grew up. Me and Tyler grew up together, and like I would share some of my little songs that I made. They were the most embarrassing thing ever. So we
We still make jokes about them sometimes. So
I mean, dude, silly is good. Like, silly
Yeah.
is good. If nothing else, silly is helping you, like, figure out the process of creating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, learning how to put stuff together, even if it isn't, like, even if it is, like, kind of, silly or whatever, like, it's still, like, learning how to compose.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
people like it. It's a way of like escaping too.
Yeah.
Like
Well, the
not
only
dealing
thing
with
is like if
Tenacious
you
D.
play one of those songs out, like you can get pigeonholed, and everybody expects that from you after that.
Look,
you gotta be
Lonely
careful
Island
with
made a
that.
career out of making silly shit. And it's
Weird Al.
fucking great. Weird Al.
Weird
dude.
Al,
But if that's what you're
Tenacious
going
D.
for, yes.
There's
Yeah.
just tons
Like
of
if
it.
you go for like being a punk band, you do one silly song, that's what the fuck everybody's gonna want to hear.
Yeah.
Look, if you get
I know
one,
that from
if you-
experience, sorry.
if you get one song that puts you on the map, that's all you need.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all you need. You have a career. Well, all right. Define success for Caught Off Guard.
I mean, honestly, with each show we're achieving it, but
Quitting my job. Would be pretty
Yeah, I know. If,
big indicator.
success would just be not selling out like huge arenas or anything, but being able to make a comfortable living, or at least some comfort money like on the side.
Yeah.
More than $60 or whatever, but something that we
Dude.
could substitute for our job and whatnot. Yeah,
luck.
it's a long way off, but. Just playing these shows, and we're starting to branch out a little bit. Like we went to Greenville, we've been to Greensboro. We might have something coming up in Virginia soon, and and then getting on some of these festivals and stuff like that. That's like key for right now. That's like the goal.
Well, from my perspective, I think you're doing it like showing up to other shows and like networking the way you do. That's exactly how you do that. And
when you get recognized, from other
you
people
get
and
recognized.
stuff,
You start getting shouted out from stage, and so hey, you should jump on this show. Like that's how you do it.
And just start doing the things that you don't want to do, like the recordings and stuff. Like for social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah.
It's like not to get on a social media thing, but like when you have a family and you can't tour, the best thing you do is make a good TikTok of some of your shit.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And
I mean, when you show up to other shows at other venues, that's a great time to make a video. Look who we're supporting.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very true.
I could have done that for you, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I've run into them a couple
We're
times.
all
Put your
learning.
wives to work with this with the cell phone.
I know. I do have some gear and stuff that I want to utilize eventually to make clips and stuff. I got to get the courage and stuff to get out there and do it.
Yeah, the social media aspect, or like the manager's almost like a person in the band that like you don't ever really see, but that's like a super important part of the band, especially if you want to like play more than a few shows a year. And I mean, Tyler pretty much is the social media manager for us also, which helps. He's a guitarist, singer, and the social media manager.
can't
Don't
do it all.
don't be afraid to let people help, man. I
Yeah.
tell you, I had to learn that lesson the hard way here. Fortunately, Ariel kind of didn't give me much of a choice. Which,
I'm a bully.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
well,
There's a lot of us
I'm-
that just kind of
yeah.
walked into your life and wouldn't let you.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did.
Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need somebody to lean on and to help you out. And honestly, it's made my home life better. Being able to lean on and trust to other people.
Yeah.
For me, that was the hard part. Was the trust aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he constantly gets asked me to something. I got you, homie. No problem.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to let somebody help you out, man.
Yeah.
Don't you got that chip on your shoulder, but the whole world's not there.
Pay one of your wives $30 out of that 60 to do some social media.
Yeah, I think the last time we were here, his wife's sister had the phone, was supposed to be recording, but they were having a good time. So those videos were like,
Yeah.
Well, see, that
amazing.
alone could be a TikTok. You could take like snippets of that and be like, when your social media manager's having too good of a time.
it was awesome.
Turn into something funny.
Yeah.
So what else, guys? What can people expect? What are people after you come here on Friday, April 11th, and see Caught Off Guard open up for Fake Happy, the Paramore tribute? What's going to happen next? What are your plans for the rest of 2025?
We're gonna play out a lot of shows and festivals, and keep that grind going. Like I said, the album's gonna be dropping late summer, hopefully, and then we're gonna start recording more new music and start getting out more singles before the end of the year.
Do you have a name for the album yet?
This first album's gonna be called Wondrous Blunders.
Wondrous Wonders?
Wondrous Blunders.
Wondrous Blunders.
Yeah. I spoke into the mic like that would make you hear me better.
Listen to my words.
So is you said late summer, right? Probably.
Hopefully.
Is that going to be before or after Wet Hot Punk Rock Summer? Because I know you're playing that too.
Yeah, that's gonna be in August. That's probably what we're shooting for. So it might actually even be after.
Okay.
At this rate, but
curious.
we're working on it. So
Wow.
Songs are recorded, just need to be mastered and stuff.
Yeah.
So
and final tweaks and all
Yeah.
that good stuff. So.
We're in Iowa.
Oh yeah, we're playing. We are branching out. Like I said, we have a show in Virginia that's not quite announced yet. We're going to Iowa for a festival. It's called Punk in the Corn. It's like a debut festival.
Huge
Or
music
like
scene up there.
I don't know how to say it. It's like the first iteration of it. So they're
The
they-
inaugural.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
invited us to be on that, and we're excited about that. Everybody could look that up, and we ideally would like to make a tour out of that and say like this is our Midwest tour or whatever.
Then do it.
Yeah.
Just then do
Yeah.
it. Just
Just
fucking
hit places on the way there.
Look
Yeah.
at places on
Yeah.
the way up and the way back, and
Yep.
just
That's-
make it happen.
That's definitely the plan. I got to do some research and see what we can do as far as days off and stuff like that, so we can make the trip and have time to do everything too. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're excited of the tour. I think that's the thing we want to experience with the most. I think just because we've seen other bands come through here and other venues, and it's like, I mean, I know they're not millionaires, but we're trying to figure out like how they're making money doing this. 'Cause
Yeah.
it doesn't
Well,
seem
a lot they're not.
I mean, yeah,
They're
yeah,
not.
so we just-
They're
we
not.
assume, yeah.
And that's that speaks to why goes back to why we're an all ages venue and why we do all ages shows, is because I want younger people to understand that you can do this for a living. You can make this can be your whole life playing music, but it's work.
Yeah.
It's work. Like you're going to eat shit for 10, maybe 15 years before you get to a level where you can, at the end of the day, you're comfortable. You may never be rich.
And don't let shows
never
where
be
nobody
famous.
shows up like get you down.
Oh yeah, we've had a few.
We've done that. Yeah.
Yeah. Empty room shows is going to happen. Stuff like that's going to happen. And, we talk to some of these touring bands, I make these deals with the booking agents and the promoters. I know how much money they're making on this, and it's not a lot, but that's why they sell merch, And if you can make a good impression on 30 people and 10 of those people buy T-shirts, then you've made your,
or multiple stuff.
Yeah, you're going to get, you got your hotel for the next stop. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how these touring bands are doing it. Because there used to be a lot of space between, but now it's like you're either barely getting by or you're doing shows for Live Nation. You know what I'm saying? Like there's really not a lot of in between anymore. There's rooms that are this size, then there's the 500 cap rooms, and then from there you're going to the big you're going to the big stages. So
And Spotify is not a good, I don't know if I saw a meme. I don't know how accurate it is now, but it was like every 5,000 plays is basically worth a T-shirt.
Yeah.
A $25, $30 T-shirt is about 5,000 plays.
No one's going to make money
No.
on
That's Spotify is just to show your shit off is what it is.
It's just a place to tell people to go listen.
We're definitely not doing it for money. So I mean, we're going to take the money and we get money. But we're not. We're definitely not under the
It's for
impression.
passion.
We're not gonna. We're not under the impression we're making a living doing this. At least right now, for sure.
I mean,
so.
I same thing with me in this place. I knew from day one this was never going to be like a big money thing. It was always this community needs this. No one else is going to do it. I'm going to do it. And that's kind of my mentality about it. And you gotta have a little bit of that mental toughness too, like doing what you do. You got rejection is you're people are going to say you suck. People are going to they're going to say all kinds of wild shit about you, especially the more exposure you get. The more people that are aware of you, somebody's going to come along. It could be because they never tried. And they hate themselves, so now they're going to project onto you. Or it could just be that they have a tiny penis. I don't know. I don't know what motivates people to talk shit to people online. It's just it's a ridiculous thing to do. That's why you do it.
Because you got a small.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing around. I mean, that's
next album
around here for sure. Like the hardest thing is just finding like a decent venue. Like, you would think in Charlotte, like there'd be like dozens, but like for a band our size, it's like this, the Milestone.
That's
for a while.
There's not
be grateful, man. You've got
course.
Snug, you've got Skylark, you've got what's that place they were talking about last
Tommy's?
week?
No.
Tommy. Yeah, Tommy's is good. I mean, there's places around here for sure.
About the new Bridge. There's a place called the Bridge. There's
For the record, this is my favorite venue of all time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Don't get
we
it
love it
twisted,
here.
man. I got no like hate in my heart for other venues. I think we need more stages.
Oh, the
Yeah,
venues around
of
here are good.
course.
It's just like I would think before we started playing music, I thought there'd be dozens. I thought it'd be like I thought this would be one of the easier aspects of
Well,
starting, is just, like,
Blumenthal,
getting a place, but-
places aren't going to put on punk shows. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
No.
Yeah, there are some really nice stages in the Charlotte area. They're they're not for us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
We
for
used
sure.
to laugh about it because the three main venues we'd hit was here, Skylark, and the Milestone, and we just basically kept rotating around that. So we're branching out a little bit.
Well, we say nice things about you all the time.
Thank you.
And we're glad to have you as part of this scene. And I can't wait to see you guys take this to the next level, branch out. Like I said, make it a point between now and then the Iowa show to turn it into a tour, and take someone with you that can videotape stuff, get behind the scenes, get content, because you guys are good enough.
Yeah,
What?
thank
He
you.
said videotape.
That's the
I said
crazy
video
thing.
and tape. I don't know.
Sorry, we're old enough to know what that is. So.
Yeah.
But no, that's the crazy thing. Is like I do videography, photography. I do all our graphics. but I can't do it and play on stage. So it's
Yeah.
like I either set up a
No,
tripod.
but where you're traveling on the road, you can take video.
Yeah,
Until them kids are old enough to do
I
it
know.
for you.
Yeah. Here, sit right here.
Hold my $2,000 camera. I trust you. Just film some stuff for
Just
us.
give them the phone. That's
Let us know when that album comes out on cassette. Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully you can get the album at least really close to being out before Wet Hot Punk Rock. Because
Yeah.
in case you didn't get that reference, we had the Wet Hot Punk Rock Summer coming up on August 2nd,
Yep.
and Caught Off Guard will also be on that show.
They will.
And we're excited for that as well. Hopefully, I'm guessing you'll be playing the new music at that show.
Maybe.
We got some new songs we're trying to introduce. So,
Cool.
and then our current set list that we've been doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got I think 2 or 3 more songs that we're trying to get ready and start playing later in the spring and going into summer and stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Here it is. It's your moment. Look at that camera. Tell them, why should they come here on Friday, April 11th?
Why should they come here, Noah?
If you like Paramore, you should.
That is the big ticket right there.
It's almost like you caught them off guard.
Peace and love. We're out.